In this video, we're going to solve the differential equation. The fourth derivative of y with respect to x minus y equals x to the fourth power. We want to find y as a function of x. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss a video. Okay, we're going to do the particular solution first. So we have that the fourth derivative of y with respect to x is written like this, minus y equals x to the fourth power. So we're just going to do a guess. So we're going to say that y is a function with the greatest x power being 4. So we have that y is ax to the fourth power plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus dx plus e. Okay, so now when we do the fourth derivative, how do we do this? So a is a constant. So the nth derivative of x to the n is n factorial. So you can try this for yourself, and it's n factorial. Okay, so using this, the fourth derivative of x to the fourth is 4 factorial. That's equal to 24. So we have 24 times a. And the fourth derivative, all these lower powers, is just 0 because it will be a constant, and then the derivative of a constant is 0. Okay, good. So now let's plug this in. So we have 24a minus y, which is minus ax to the fourth minus bx cubed minus cx squared minus dx plus minus e. That's defined to be x to the fourth that we have above. Okay. So looking at this, the coefficient of x to the fourth is 1, so a has to be minus 1. So we're going to have this 24a will turn into minus 24. Okay, and then x to the fourth, the right-hand side, you can just add a constant term of 0, and that doesn't change anything. And now for x cubed and x squared and x, this is just 0. So b equals c equals d, and that's all equals 0. Okay, so that cancels away. So now looking at minus 24, so we're going to have minus 24 minus e equals 0. So let's set them equal. So minus 24 minus e is defined to be 0. So move e to the other side, so e will be minus 24. Okay, so we have a equals negative 1, e equals minus 24. All the other constants are equal to 0. So our particular solution for y, yp, is ax to the fourth, which is negative x to the fourth, plus bx squared plus the other b, c, and d are equal to 0, and then finally e is minus 24. So that is the particular solution. So now let's look at the homogeneous solution. Okay, so this is defined. So this equation, the left-hand side of the original, this is the original, and the homogeneous, it says that the right-hand side has to be 0. Okay, so this is equal to 0. So how do we solve this? Okay, so let's substitute y equals e to the rx. So y prime will be r e to the rx. You can do this until the fourth derivative. So the fourth derivative, which looks like this, is r to the fourth times e to the rx. Okay, now we plug all this stuff in. So we're going to get, so we have r to the fourth minus 1 times e to the rx equals 0. And e to the rx cannot be equal to 0, so we can just divide by it or just cancel it out. So we'll be left with r to the fourth minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so now we can factor this as r squared minus 1 and r squared plus 1. But then we can factor out this as r minus 1 times r plus 1 times r squared plus 1 equals 0. So we'll be left with, from these, we'll be left with the real values for r will be 1 and negative 1. And now for this, you can factor out again, but it will be r minus I, r plus I, so this will be left with r equals I and negative I. Okay. So originally, y equals e to the rx, these are building blocks for the final value of the homogeneous solution. So y, the homogeneous solution, will be building blocks of y equals e to the rx. So we're going to have c1, e, the first r, which is 1 times x, plus c2, the second r, which is negative 1 times x. And then for c3 and c4, when we have r equals minus r, and r equals I and negative I, we'll have c3, instead of e, we'll have e to the ix and e to the negative ix, but you can turn that into sines and cosines. So we have c3 sine x plus c4 cosine x. Okay. But is this it? No, it's not. We have the particular solution here. We have the homogeneous solution here. But to get the final solution, we need to add those two together. So we have y equals yp plus yh, which will be, okay, so we're going to write yh first. So c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the minus x plus c3 sine x plus c4 cosine x. And then from the particular solutions, we'll be left with minus x to the fourth minus 24, so we can just write that. And that is the end of the video. Hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.